And all of our friends are here in celebration. And all of our friends are here in celebration. Celebrate!
All right. Yeah, let's give him some more love. Woo, Travis.
Have you ever heard a song like that in church?
It's a great day to be alive, isn't it? Yeah. Woohoo. Well, hasn't it been a full week? Oh my goodness. So for this community, we had our concert, the Jamie Lula concert last Sunday. And then we were going to have a class that started that Monday, and then we had to pivot. And so Monday we pivoted and chose to start the class on March 7th, and everything is awesome. And then Tuesday was Mardi Gras, also known as Fat Tuesday. And then Wednesday we had Ash Wednesday and the first day of Lent. And then Thursday there were storms and snow and hail and rain, snow. Yeah, I said snow. Here, there was snow. Wow. Now, you cannot tell me that that snow did not make you curious. Right? How many of you said, what? It's snowing? When was the last time it snowed? Suddenly you were interested in this thing called life and what it was doing with the snow. Wow, how cold does it have to be to snow? Is it that cold here? Is it going to be that cold here? Is it ever going to snow again? Do I need to go out and build a snowman? Should I go make snow angels? Is there enough snow? I don't know. You had that sense of curiosity, though, didn't you? Yeah. And if you didn't live somewhere that was snow, and your friend, I received a bunch of messages and pictures, it's snowing, videos. Like, whoa, this is God expressing as snow. And the people went wild, Wow. God's like, look what I can do. And we were in awe, right? Oh, yeah. We were in awe of the snow, and this is how we're called to be in every day of our lives. In awe of this miracle, this wonder of spirit that is expressing as each one of us, right? Beautiful, powerful beings of light and love. That is like a big old exclamation point on the topic and seed of awakening for the month of February, curiosity as a superpower. Whew, so good. Now, today is... I'm really going to start with a question today, and the question is, are you still playing small, or are you ready to be who you came here to be and to live life to its fullest? Number two, thank you. We've got one. Anyone else? Anyone else ready to be all that they came here to be? What? Can't hear you. All right. Yes, we are ready to be all that we came here to be. We are magnificent expressions of the divine and are called to live a life filled up and overflowing with the goodness of God. Curiosity can pull us in the direction of uncovering our good and lead us to know the truth of who and what we are. And I'll sign up for that any day. So I like to do a recap, as you know, at the end of the month of the month behind us. And it was a fun, exciting month of curiosity. Now, on February 5th, the first week, I dubbed thee Captain Curious. Remember that? And I taught you the superhero power pose, which was to place your feet shoulder width apart, place your hands on your hips, and lift up your chin and stick your chest out a little bit, and then to hold that pose for 2 minutes and just take deep breaths. Yeah, we're going to do that later. And maintaining that pose, and then what came to me was a little mantra: I am, I am, I am, I am that I am. I am curious. God has sent me here to be curious. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. Ooh. So we took that out into our week. And then on February 12th, the second week, the highlight for me, there were a couple, but I really liked talking about the golden hour and how that golden hour occurs 1 hour before sunrise and 1 hour before sunset. And it's that hour when the sunlight turns magical. And we were all invited to take the homework assignment, the mission to go out and experience that 1 hour at least one time that week. And a reminder for everyone was that this is your golden hour. This is your time of creating magic in yourself, in your life, for those around you, and for the world. The time is now. There's no other time. This is the only time that we have. And know that no one else can do you. You are the only one that can do you. And you have mighty, magnificent, powerful, beautiful, amazing gifts to bring to the world. Whatever those are, it's up to you to discover. It's up to you to turn your attention inward and get curious about that, yes? Amen. Now, I also talked about and shared that story of Benjamin Zander. Remember him? The conductor of the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra. And we had a homework assignment that week also. That was the same week. And so it was the golden hour, and then to watch that video, the life-changing power of, or the transformational power, life-changing transformational power of classical music. And it was encouraging us to check it out. And then after checking out that video, I know I started listening to classical music and I was inspired because he was so into it. He was so into what he was doing that he inspired me. I don't normally listen to classical music, but I wanted to hear it because he was on fire for it. That's what we're called. Oh, I got God bumps. That's what we're called to do and be in the world. Do what makes you feel on fire. Do what makes you come alive. Be what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs are people who have come alive. Yeah. So that was the calling. And then you can tell if you're helping to awaken possibility in others. You'll know because you'll see that their eyes are actually sparkling. And so you want to be one who is an eye sparkler. And especially for yourself, right? If your eyes aren't shining, if your eyes aren't sparkling, what's going on? And if the people around you in your lives, whoever is in your life, if their eyes are not sparkling, who are you being such that their eyes are not sparkling? That takes a responsibility for us, doesn't it? And it was beautiful. And then last week was so wonderful. We had Jamie Lula, right? Awesome, yes? And it was about not ignoring that which brings you discomfort, and how an oyster takes that awful irritant. It could be a parasite, it could be a food particle, or it could be, it's not usually a grain of sand, contrary to popular belief, but it could be, that comes into its shell and it ends up coating it with its essence, and in return, there's a beautiful gift for the world. It produces a pearl, a stunning pearl. And so we are called to look at the things that come in our lives that we may not really like so much. Anybody have any of those ever? Everyone, right? Yeah, and to turn those into a stunning pearl. Now, I shared the stories of Nick Vujicic and the founder of Spanx and J.K. Rowling. Sarah Blakely was her name. And they all had these experiences that could be considered negative, but they turned them into stunning pearls. But we can turn the irritants in our lives into stunning pearls. It's as easy as waking up in the morning and you stubbed your toe. Rather than cursing that furniture, oh, I need to slow down. where's the pearl in this, right? So we move from being reactionary into what's the gift that this is bringing to me? What is the gift? And then also, we looked at what pearls are within us ready to be shared with the world. Because we've all got them. Not just one, right? There's many pearls, strings and strings, roomfuls. And so what pearls do we have that we've kind of been holding on to and not sharing with the world? What gifts are we called to bring into the world to make the world a more beautiful place? So remembering that it's ours to do for ourselves and for the world, again, we have a responsibility. And so we face the irritants and coat it with our spiritual essence, the essence of love, the essence of peace, or whatever essence is within you. Everyone has something that's really powerful. One of mine is joy. Like I'm a joy sparkler, you know. At least I think I am. I've been told my joy is infectious, and I like that. That's a good thing. And when people say that to me, I actually enjoy that because it has me realize and remember, who I'm being makes a difference wherever I'm at, right? Even if it's like at the Starbucks or at the grocery store or at the gas station, who I'm being matters, and this is true for all of us. So face those irritants and coat them with our own essence, our creative essence of that love and beauty, wisdom, bliss, harmony, and joy. It's a practice, right? So that was beautiful. And then this week, I wanted to share with you an article that I read about Lent. So today, in these times, we typically put our hands together in prayer pose, right? Like if we're saying namaste, we do that regularly. And if we see somebody in prayer pose, we tend to think of it as a sacred and holy pose, right? And it's welcoming, isn't it? And this is how we do that in this day. But way back in the day, people would fold their arms while in prayer like that. Have you heard of that? Yeah, they would fold their arms in prayer just like that and namaste. Now, there's a couple of stories about how that came to be. We don't really know for sure, but some were told that people were actually invoking angelic protection as if their arms are the protecting arms of angels when they pray. And story number 2 is that the monks who led the prayers would have to fold their arms to keep warm because they had taken a vow of poverty and they were ascetic and suffering. Cold. That's how they kept warm, right? So we don't know. But what does this pose remind you of? What else? Yeah. Something you eat. Pretzel. Yes! A pretzel. Yes, visual aids. A pretzel. So the pretzel, my friends, has a very deep and spiritual meaning for Lent. Now, Lent is typically practiced by the Catholic Church and Christians, which we are not that here, but we honor all traditions, all paths. And so I love all of the different rituals and traditions of the different faiths, right? Because they're powerful. And so in the old Roman Empire, the faithful kept a very strict diet all through Lent. They had no milk, no butter, no cheese, no eggs, no cream, no meat, no fun, right? They made, I know you were thinking it, they made small pieces of bread out of water, flour, and salt to remind them that Lent was a time of prayer. And they shaped these pieces of bread in the form of crossed arms. For in those days, they crossed their arms over their breasts while praying. Isn't that cool? And they called these little pieces of bread little arms. Isn't that cute? And in Latin, it was bracale. So from the Latin word, the German people later coined the term pretzel. I know, right? Pretzel is derived from pretiola, which is Latin for little reward. So this was likely derived in turn from pretium or premium, which both mean reward or value, and they have other translations. Now, I need a helper. Can I have a volunteer help me out? Can someone grab that? Yeah, we need that. We've got pretzels for everybody today. So we'll just pass them down there in little baggies. And if you're gluten-free, these are the little tiny ones are gluten-free. So we'll pass the gluten-free down. You'll never look at pretzels the same, right? So this pretzel is the most appropriate food, right, for Lent. And it still shows the form of arms crossed in prayer, reminding us that this time of Lent, the period of Ash Wednesday to Easter Sunday, is a time of prayer, a time of prayerful consideration. Doesn't that feel nice? I love that, yeah. Yeah. So the pretzel has water and flour, which reminds us it's a time of fasting. Now, what a great time for us to fast from anger and complaining and from any negativity that we experience. I had one of our practitioners shared this beautiful advice for Lent with me and the team this week, and I wanted to share it with you all. It's Pope Francis's advice for Lent. And you can, so I love what Jen is doing over there. She's got her arms in that pretzel position, and she's kind of going up and down like that. Let's all do that as I share this advice for Lent. We're going to reprogram our body-mind right now and commit to this time of Lent to be fasting from hurting words and saying kind words, to fast from sadness and be filled with gratitude, to fast from anger and be filled with patience. We are called to fast from pessimism and be filled with hope, to fast from worries and trust in God, to fast from complaints and contemplate simplicity. And I love this one, to fast from pressures and be prayerful, to fast from bitterness and fill your heart with joy, fast from selfishness and be compassionate to others, and fast from grudges and be reconciled. Fast from words and be silent so you can listen. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to invite everybody to stand up. Now we've got our three physical acts that we can use as part of our prayer pose. So the first one is the pretzel, the pretzel prayer. And then we've got hands together in the Namaste prayer. All right. And then we've got our superhero pose. Hands on your hips, feet shoulder width apart, chest out a little bit, chin up a little bit, and hold that for a moment, taking a few deep breaths. And now repeat after me. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. God has sent me to experience curiosity. I am curious. I am, I am, I am. I am that I am. And you may be seated. So, wrapping it up, my friends, We want to recognize and know ourselves as an expression of the divine and live life to its fullest. We're called to not hold back in fear. Let that fear go. Dive in with curiosity and allow the joy of God to be expressed as you. There is only one of you. Only one. Oh, you're one magnificent shining light that can bring into the world only what you can and only the way that you can. And it is beautiful. And it's time for us to unleash what has bound us. We don't need to hide our good, our gifts under a bushel. We don't need to dampen it with thoughts of not being enough. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are all that and a bag of chips. Shine brightly, shine brilliantly as you live your life out loud. And you can get curious this week and ask yourself, where in my life am I playing small? And what is holding me back? Am I being all that I came here to be? And I'm going to invite Travis up now to close out this section of our morning with prayer. While he's setting up, you can do whatever you need to do to get anchored in your chair with your feet on the ground, if they can reach the ground. Otherwise, on the little edge. Oh, yeah. And allow yourself to be fully present and in this moment now. Oh, in this moment now, this is all that we have. This is our golden hour, and I'm so grateful for this golden hour. I'm so grateful to know that Spirit is in me, as me, and through me, just as it is in, as, and through each individual here. Wow, this life is a gift, and this moment is all that we have. And I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for the love and the joy and the bliss, the wisdom, the power, the perfect, vibrant health that is right within all of us. I'm grateful to know that we remember right now that we came here to shine, that whatever is holding us back and preventing us from being all that we came here to be is released right now, back into the nothingness from whence it came. It is dissolved. It's dissolved like when you add sugar into hot water and stir it, it dissolves. But that thing that we no longer need, the thing that has been preventing us, hindering us, and keeping us small, is dissolved back into the native nothingness from whence it came. It brought us maybe to where we are today and helped us along the way, so we bless it and we give thanks for it, but we allow ourselves to let it go. We lay our burdens down and know that the angels and the cosmic merry maids of the universe sweep it up and take it out. Because there is a calling within each one of us. There are pearls within each one of us ready to be shared. And if we don't consciously know what those are, we get curious. We are curious today. We have our pretzel prayer pose, we have our namaste prayer pose, and we have our superhero pose. When we stand in these poses, something shifts. Something shifts within us and allows what is in our soul to bubble up. The thing that wants to experience what it wants to experience, which is really God expressing itself to a greater degree as and through you. And so I know that each one of us has said yes. We're already a yes because we're here today. And in this yes, we are blessed. I know that there is good that is bubbling out and radiating out into the world. And it is so good that it gives us that sense of giddiness, like something wonderful is happening as me right now. And that is planted within our unconscious so that we move through our world from that unconscious knowingness that Spirit is all there is, that the time is now. This is my golden hour. It's my time to shine. And I shine. Oh boy, we all shine so bright. And I'm grateful for the radiant magnificence expressing through each one of us. I know that our eyes are sparkling with love and joy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this gift, this life, this goodness. I am so grateful as I release this prayer into that loving action of the law where I know it is done. And I invite you to help me anchor this by saying with me, and so it is. Yes. All right. Yeah. Woohoo!